Section 1. Air brake check. This check must be done in the correct order and without any mistakes. The first thing you need to do is the air brake check. You might need to chalk the wheels before you start the inspection. The examiner will tell you if you need to chalk the wheels. The truck will have wheel chocks in it. To start this check, you must have less than 100 psi of air pressure in your tanks. Start the truck. Look at your air gauge. If the air gauge is showing more than 100 psi, you will need to reduce air pressure by pumping the brakes to get the pressure below 100 psi so the air compressor will kick in and start building pressure. You then need to check the air gauges and governor cutoff check. Tell the examiner, I am watching the air gauge to make sure it is working and builds the air pressure to governor cutoff between 120 and 140 psi. Tell the examiner, the pressure the cutoff kicked in and I heard the air release and the gauge showed it stopped building air pressure at 125 psi. Then you need to check for air leaks. Put your foot on the brake pedal. Release both the parking brake and the trailer brake. Push the red and yellow buttons in. Keep your foot on the brake and shut the engine off. Turn the key back to the on position, but do not restart the truck. Tell the examiner, I am watching the air gauge to test for air loss, and I am listening for air leaks. Tell the examiner, this Class A vehicle cannot lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. After waiting 60 seconds, tell the examiner, I did not lose any air pressure, so the truck does not have an air leak. You need to check air warning signals. Without restarting the engine, make sure the key or electrical power is in the on position. Reduce the air pressure by applying and releasing the foot brake. The low air warning light and buzzer should activate before the pressure drops below 55 psi. Tell the examiner, the light and buzzer must come on before the air pressure drops below 55 psi. Tell the examiner what the air pressure on the gauge is when the light and buzzer come on. And also, then you need to test the emergency brakes. Continue to pump the brake pedal to reduce the air pressure. Tell the examiner, the parking brake and emergency brake button should pop out between 20 and 45 psi. Tell the examiner what the pressure is when the yellow button pops out. The red button will pop first, but make sure they both pop out. Section 2. In-cab inspection. Restart the truck and look for the ABS indicator on dashboard. When the ABS indicator comes on, point to it and tell the examiner, the ABS light is working. It should then turn off. Then quickly look in the left mirror for the ABS indicator on the back of the trailer and tell the examiner, the trailer ABS indicator is working correctly. If the truck has a DEF system, point out the DEF gauge on the dash and tell the examiner, the DEF tank is half full, or whatever the gauge indicates. Next, you need to check the parking and trailer brakes are working. Parking brake check. Release the trailer brake. Put the truck in drive or first gear. With the truck parking brake on and the trailer brakes released, remove your foot from service brake and inspect that the parking brake will hold the vehicle by gently applying throttle with the parking brake on. Tell the examiner, the parking brake is working properly. Trailer brake check. apply the parking brake for the trailer and release the parking brake for the truck. Remove your foot from service brake and inspect that the trailer parking brake will hold the vehicle by gently applying throttle with the trailer parking brake on. Tell the examiner, the trailer brakes are working properly. The same procedure helps you check the coupling connection with the trailer. Tell the examiner, my trailer is securely attached. Next, you need to check the service brakes. Release both truck and trailer brakes. Put the vehicle in drive or first gear and pull forward at 5 miles per hour. Then apply the service brake and come to a complete stop. Tell the examiner, the truck does not pull to either side and stops properly with a firm pedal. Shift the truck into neutral and set the parking brakes for both truck and trailer. You then need to check the lighting indicators on the dash. Do not shut the truck off. You must point at each indicator you are checking. Point to the right turn signal and point at the indicator light. Tell the examiner, the signal indicator is working correctly. Point to the left turn signal indicator and point at the indicator light. Tell the examiner, the signal indicator is working correctly. Put on the four-way flashers and point at the indicator lights. Tell the examiner, the signal indicator is working correctly. Then, on the headlights, then put on the high beam headlights and point at the indicator light. The high beam indicator is working correctly. Next, you need to point out and explain the emergency equipment. Point out the box with the 3 red reflective triangles. Tell the examiner, the warning triangle box has 3 reflective triangles and is secure. Point out the fire extinguisher. Tell the examiner, I am checking to make sure the extinguisher is properly charged and secured. Look for spare electrical fuses. Tell the examiner, I have 6 spare fuses here. Windshield and traffic monitoring devices. Point to the windshield and tell the examiner, the windshield is clean with no obstructions. It is not cracked and does not have any illegal inspection stickers. Point out the mirrors and tell the examiner, the mirrors are clean and adjusted properly. Wipers, washers. Turn on the windshield wipers and activate the windshield washers. Tell the examiner, the wiper arms and blades are secure, the wiper blades are not cut or broken and operate smoothly, and the washers are working correctly. Heater, defroster. Turn on the heater and defroster. Put your hand where you can feel the heat toward your feet, and then up on the dash to check air if flowing to the defroster. Tell the examiner, the heat and defroster are working correctly. Horn. Honk the electric horn. Tell the examiner, the horn is working correctly. Then ask the examiner, do you want me to honk the air horn? He will not require you to do so. Then tell the examiner, I have completed my in-cab inspection.